then begin to tap one foot either side on the floor. And you'll use one hand and try to find not a different rhythm than what your foot is going. So maybe a little slower. And then tap that knee. So if your foot's going kind of fast, slow down that hand. It's kind of difficult to get a different rhythm.
Making that brain work.
Good. And then you'll rest that leg and the other side. Same thing. Tap the foot, find your rhythm, and then begin to find a different rhythm with the hand. Good. And then we'll move to our scarf. You can rest that leg and just begin to throw that scarf from one hand just gently to the other. And when you've got that down, just watch the scarf. Looking at it, maybe throw it a little farther, maybe spreading the arms out. Just see if you can watch the scarf as you throw it.
So eyes literally on the scarf at all times if you're able. If you get dizzy, stop.
Yeah. One more time. And then you'll grab that scarf, bring it in front of you, and see if you can bring it around your waist, grabbing it at the back, coming back around.
Not easily. Trying to hold the belly muscles in when you do this
just a little
too.
from the chair if there's no room. Right, tightening those tummy muscles, sitting up straight helps you a little more so we're not bending forward. And then the other way. And it's working out your arms too. Working on your posture, that belly is tight. So you're using that core to support your upper body. Good. And that's it. You can bring it back to the front. And here what you'll do with, again, your posture. Where's your neck and your head in relation to the rest of the spine? Is your head forwards, are your shoulders up? Or, can you fix that posture just a little bit? At first it feels kind of unnatural, but we all know it's a little better for you. It even helps you to breathe better. So here, you'll lift up one foot and just on the outside of that leg, pass that scarf underneath and grab it with the other one. Good.
Nice and tall.
Sitting up straight. Like there's a string being pulled from the top of your head. That's always what helps me with the posture. Okay, if you get tired, you don't have to do it. We'll do the other side. So on the outside, you'll pass it on the outside. Good. Again, only as many times as you're comfortable with. One more. Good, very good. All right, take a breath. Breathe in. Relax those shoulders. Good, good, good. And so here we'll toss it up and catch with the same hand. Again, looking at the scarf. Good. Got it? And on the other side, now switch sides, just toss. Keep the eyes on the scarf. Pretty colors. And now this one's a little more tricky, but you can do it. At first you can say, what? So you throw it up and you clap, and then you catch it. So you may need to throw it a little higher. Trying to keep those eyes on the scarf.
Try to catch with the same hand you throw with. Throw, clap, and catch with the same hand.
You got it. Good. All right. Now switch to the other side. Same thing, same hand. Toss it up, clap. Good.
Now add smile in. That really makes your brain work.
Good. All right, last time. Good. And do we cross this time with the arms?
Now right now you're going to do two claps.
That's right. Two claps now. Okay.
It's okay. Easy.
You can do it. All right, so throw it up, clap, clap. Good. Same hand. Throw it up, clap,
At the
clap.
same time.
Good.
See how simple?
All right. Now the other side, same thing. Maybe this side's a little different.
Sometimes we get surprised that our opposite hand to our typical hand is maybe easier and we don't realize it. Some of us are a little more ambidextrous than we do.
All right, and this one, you can do it, I promise. You did the two clap, okay? You're gonna throw it up and touch your opposite shoulder.
And catch with the same hand.
Catch with, that
So
same hand.
if it's right, tap left, catch right.
Good.
Throw right, tap left, catch right.
See, you didn't think you could do all this, and you're doing it. One more time.
Right?
All right. Good, good. Okay, the other side now. Throw it up, opposite shoulder, same hand. You got it.
Add the smile
Right, maybe some laughing yoga while we do this. Just laugh. She's like, all right, last time. Good job, good job. So 2 more things. Almost just like the hands, but we're gonna tap the knee. So you'll throw up, tap your knee, catch with the same hand. So almost like the clap, you're just bringing your hand down. Good. And try to lift that knee now when you tap that knee.
And stay straight up.
There you go, posture. One more time. Good, 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 good. Great.
Beautiful work.
So the other side, same thing. Toss with that knee, tap. Good. Remember that string, pulling up on the head. Last time. All right. One more. It's not too bad, I promise. But just remember that string pulling up on your head. So toss up, see if you can touch your calf, maybe your ankle. You know, just that opposite. Again, that's working the brain, okay? So toss it up, opposite leg. Good. Good.
Oh, awesome.
Perfect. Last time, one more time. All right.
That's great.
See, it's fun, all these
Lot of ankles.
It's so pretty. Okay, other side this time. Throw it up, opposite calf.
I hear you, Cheryl.
All right, last time. Good, very good, very good.
All right.
That was beautiful.
What we're going to do on this one is we're going to actually put music to the background. It's going to be choreographed, not really. We're just doing 2 basic moves. And the moves are this. So I really want you thinking about this part. I want everybody to see me. When we're going down, we're going to do a little scooping. But when we're going down, I want you to pay attention to this. When you go down, I want your tailbone facing backward. I want your belly muscles strong. So that when you go back, see that move right there? You're like in a line. You're going to go down, scoop, and come up. Now eventually we might reach up, but we'll see. Main goal is, this is the goal, okay? That's belly muscles in, tailbone goes back. As you go down for the scoop, soft knees, don't push those knees, especially you knee replacement people. That's one that you have to pay attention to. If you've had any knee issues, knee replacements, take that dip very carefully or don't dip at all. Just get the tailbone back with, a straighter leg. Work at your level, okay? All right, on the board, under the boardwalk. So, take a moment, just do soft arms here. Loosen up. There you go. Now, get that tailbone to go back. Start scooping. And come up. Let's do that one more time. Tailbone back. Scoop. And come up. Let's do that again. Tailbone back. Go down. Come up. Do it one last time here. Tailbone go back. Scoop down. Can you reach up? Good. The next move we're going to do, watch me first, we're going to step out and step back in. And step out on the other side. If you don't feel comfortable doing that or you want to do a smaller move, do so. This is shifting weight, working in the hip flexors. So stepping out and out. Now we'll come back to center, we'll all start together. Step out, one side. Step out the other side. Let's do that again. Stepping out, shift that weight, feel that weight, feel the hips working, feel that hip really going to work there. Again, hip replacements, take it easy. Let's do it again. Now reach out, really shifting some weight and extending that weight over one side. One more time on this side. And last time over here. Good. Now, we're going to go back here. We're going to put the tailbone back. Go down and scoop up and reach. Do it again. Tailbone back. Scoop down. One more time. Tailbone back. Good. Now, let's take a minute. Soften those arms. Just loosen this up a bit. Awesome. Now, we're gonna go back to that step out. This time when you step out with that weight, really feel that weight shift, look at your hand. Then come back. What are we working when we do that? The vestibular system. So, let's do that again. I'll go on my left this time so y'all are on your right. So, out, look at your hand. Come back to center. Then again, out. Just look at your hand. Do it again. Out. Reach out. Boy, that's a lot of weight shift, isn't it? Make sure you look at that hand if you can. Good. Let's do one more side on each side. Look at that hand. And here. We got the two long arm people over on this side. All right, now, one more time. Let's go back to the belly, tailbone back. Feel this move, and again, watch those knees. So going back with that tailbone, scoop it down, and reach up. Keep going. Down, come on. Now, on this next one, can you smile when you do it? Belly, down, smile, and reach, yeah. Last time, belly, tailbone back, down, smile, reach, and up. I see some moves, and when I tell you to the side, when I say side, I mean side. I mean side, I mean side. So with the arms on this one, we're going to do angel wings. Angel wings. But angel wings are not in front and they're not in the back. They're right at the side of the body. The reason for that is you have muscles that run down your spine that when you're doing those angel wings, practice that with me right now. You can do just this alone. When you're doing this right here, you can feel those muscles that run alongside your spine, supporting your spine. And it works all the way from your shoulders to your mid-back. So it's a really good move. That's one of the things I add in. There's two other things I want to show you on this one too. So, with my chair now. The next one I want to show you is called pendulum. With pendulum, please do this with your own sense of caution and whatever feels right for you. So instead of it being a step, we're rocking back and forth like this. Now you don't even have to come up. You can just rock back and forth, and when you're doing that, you're working through those hips, you're working through those knees, and working through those ankles. If you lift any, then you're balancing. So watch yourself on this. If you don't feel comfortable balancing, then be cautious about doing it that way. The other one's kind of tricky. This is like the pendulum mode, forward and back. You're going to bring a knee up and a heel back. A knee up and a heel back. So think about this move because this is, again, you're balancing each time forward and you're balancing back. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can stay grounded and just rock into it, and it still does wonderful work. So don't feel like you're missing something. You can always build into it. But this is one of those moves that really helps with a lot of stability. And if you want to do it seated, you're just going to rock your tailbone in your chair. So you can have one foot forward and one foot back. But what are you working when you're sitting here? Your core, right? But you put pressure on the front foot. You put pressure on the back foot. So you're working those ankles and the muscles in your legs at the same time. If you stay seated. Now we're going to rock. That pendulum. You don't have to lift your foot. You can just rock straight. Good job. That's it. I like what you do. That's it. And if you can lift that foot, keep your balance. Hold up to a chair if you want. Now, can you reach your arms outward? It's a little more balance, doesn't it? Feel good? Your knees nice and soft here.
and it's probably very common. All right. So, back to neutral. Let's do that big step to the side again. Scarf. To the other side. Look at that scarf. Right side. Good. Now come back to neutral. Good. How you feeling? A lot of different steps here, huh? A lot of different moves. It's all things. It doesn't matter. It's not about the rhythm. This is definitely not about the rhythm. What this is about is you're making certain moves that are making your body challenge itself to do things that it's not used to. And it's all about doing things that would help you balance. That pendulum is one. You can do this anytime. You know, whether you're standing at the counter doing something in the kitchen, or you know, just standing there talking to somebody. You know, just say, hey, I'm doing this because it's going to help my knees and my ankles get stronger. You know, just rock out together and say, you can do this with me. We can rock while we rock. We can dance that. That's right.
What I'd like you to think about is, if you're going to fall, how are you going to do it and not get the worst possible injuries? The people, when they get scared, you know, when you fall, what happens? We get that knee jerk. We're going to talk about it later. We're not going to do the jerk. But even if once you do start to fall, once you learn a couple of techniques, how you're going to calm yourself down, the thing you want to think about is where to land. Because if you land here, it's instant hip break, right? If you land here, it's shattered knee. You want to find ways to let it happen so that you're going to have fewer injuries. Because you're not going to come out of it unscathed no matter what you do. The most people that are going to fall is going to be in a standing or some scenario where they're tripped or something's behind them or the water on the floor, whatever the case might be, or the pet. They're very common problems. But what are you going to do? So how do you avoid the worst damage? Number one, you're looking for, I'm going to steal the Wendy's saying, where's the beef? You want to find the pad, wherever the padding is. The more padding you have, the less likely the broken bone injury is. Now the second thing is really thinking about letting those knees go. Because if I'm falling, and even if I startle, but if I let my knees go, I'm going down. Down is so much better than startle out. Because when I go out like this, what's going to get busted? Everything is arm, shoulder, collarbone, ribs, spine, and anything else. So you don't want that. You want to think down. Down is always your preferred option if you can bring it about. And we can. I've got people that can tell you right now they can slow it down. I just did. Actually, about a month ago, we had a leak in the ceiling from the air conditioning unit that filled up, the pan filled up, and it leaked through my bathroom, right down the chandelier, onto the floor, right by my feet. I walked in 2 a.m. in the morning, and it's slick. It's all wet. I've got a puddle. And I go, whoop, and I go, I'm falling. Because I trained myself. I said, I'm falling. And I let myself go down, and I was able to get onto the door sill, and I went down. So you can slow it down if you practice, like everything else. I used to be a skydiver. Do you know what they did before we got anything in our hands? We learned a parachute landing fall. Skateboarders, they learned to fall. Volleyball players, they practice falling. They practice falling because they know they're going to fall. Well, guys, we're going to fall. So why shouldn't we practice falling? So here we go. I'm going to show you just a real quick down and dirty today. This is just if you feel it coming on, you trip on something. So here I am. I'm like going backward. And what happened with my body? Did I go bam? I rolled through it. That's a parachute landing fall, or it's a skateboarder's fall. They roll through it. Let their body take the momentum out of it, because it will do that for you. You just got to think about it. Now, I really don't want you getting on the floor, though. I'm going to tell you right here, remember this. I'm not telling you to go do this. I want you to watch me. I want you to think about it. I want you to practice in your head like an athlete for the Olympics. So if something happens, you're just going to think about it. You're going to go, oh, my knees, let my knees go down, and roll through the best you can. All right? So the idea is you want to go down, it breaks the momentum. Loosen up the knees, relax the knees, and then find the beef. But even as you go down, since you're not going smash in the floor like you would if you just did a hard straight out, which is what unfortunately the instinct in us tells us to do. Try to grab the imaginable thing that's, imaginary thing that's out there that's never there. So don't grab it. Think in here. Relax my knees. Go down. Diffuse the energy in the fall first. Everything else will be better. So that's the number one issue. Probably be kind of killing beat time a little later. And then once we're done with that, we're going to be kicking and kicking. When you kick, please use your core and try to avoid bending. When you kick, it's a lift and a lift at the level you can do without bending over using opposite arm, opposite foot. Okay? All right. Come on. Y'all do this, right? Remember, it's actually using the same form we've been talking all about. That's the Alexander. I think Alexander learned from Tai Chi. So it's that wonderful, relaxed, everything's in alignment. When we move, we'll always start on our left side. Now, the movement with the feet is at 10 o'clock and at 2 o'clock each time. And it's not a step out. It's just a bringing the foot to a comfortable position. As you do that and we move back and forth, it's a shifting of weight. So we'll lift toe, shift weight forward. When that toe comes up, the weight is in the heel, but our heels, the whole foot stays flat all the time on that right side. And so it's just a beautiful move, always keeping the muscles activated without being tight. So let's come back to the neutral form. And we'll do push the water again. This time I'd like you to think in your head, really nice warm water. So that not only are you getting relaxation, it might actually help with the pain. Imagine warm water around your body. So try to give yourself that wonderful feeling of warmth. So let's bring our hands up on the table. We're going to bring our left foot out at 10 o'clock. We'll gently push that warm water away And slowly, gracefully bring it back while we lift our foot. Pushing the water away, shifting our weight, blowing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Feel that beautiful warm water gathering up and warming you. Push away. Come back. Last time here. Push. And pull. Foot to center and rest your hands on the table. Beautiful. We'll put our foot out to the right. 2 o'clock. And as we push that warm water away, breathing out, breathing in, lifting the toe, and push, and in. Feel just warm and moving. You're moving that water. You have the power. Push. Last time. And in. Feet together and rest your hands on the table. We'll breathe in, bring our arms up. Breathing out, hands to heart center. And I say namaste. This is such a simple thing, and it can literally save your heart.